session. So, okay, other session was something to an introductory session. Okay. So let me get on to the meeting now. Because the previous introduction thing, I don't want to get that uploaded in the site. So coming back. Okay. So to begin with, we need a tournament file and we need a set of players to enter inside this Swiss Manager pairing software and then pair accordingly. So to begin with, I'll just set up a new tournament. They're asking the type of the tournament. So type of the tournament here is Swiss system. So Swiss system is one of the system where the league matches are in such a way. For example, consider there are 32 players in a tournament. So after the first round, there will be approximately 16 winners. And in the next round, there will be 8, then 4, then 2, and 1. So for a total of 32 players, we at least need 5 rounds to be conducted for one player to be winning at the end. So it's something like for 5 rounds, the 2 power 5 is going to be 32. So 2 power 1 is 2 and 4 and 8, 16 and 32. It works in either way. So the basic total number of rounds that you need to calculate is based on the number of players and based on this, how much, like what are the exponents we have. For example, if it is going to be 64, 2 power 6 is 64. But the difference here is we need to conduct one more extra round. So 2 power 6 plus 1. But officially, like Vinay says, we can't conduct more than 5 rounds in a day. But sometimes, like due to the like fast things, what is going on right now, it's in few tournaments, they are even conducting 7 to 8 rounds per day based on requirement. Normally, what we do here in our local tournament, we just conduct 5 rounds and go for a tiebreaker. There is a tiebreaker option like book holes and everything, but normally we don't do the tiebreaker just because like a system that is taking those players based on the book holes, that is what we don't believe in our local tournaments since the players are not getting many events. So we just conduct a tiebreaker like playing one among other like something like Blitz or 3 plus 2 or 5. So this is the Swiss system. Swiss system with team tiebreak is there is some option for the team event like what they conducted for Olympiads and other things. And that another thing is the Swiss system for teams. It just gives the Swiss system for the team alone similar to the 2 power 5 and 2 power 6 method. And round robin. Round robin is when there are 8 players, there will be a total of 7 rounds and one will be sitting idle. So everyone will play with all other players. If there are 8 players, all the one player will play with all the remaining 7 players. That's round robin. Everyone must play against each other. Next one is the round robin for teams. Similar to the round robin, it's round robin for teams. So normally we'll focus on Swiss system. Swiss system is the basic thing what we will be following it. So Swiss system. So we need to create the file. So I'll just create something called test tournament, test TMT. So it is asking for the tournament name. So suppose consider here arbiter discussion test tournament. That's it. We don't want this organizers, website, time control. We don't want this basics. If you want to mention the time controls, we can go attach 20 minutes each. The tournament director or the chief arbiter, like if we need to just give the chief arbiter, let's give the name. So Ganesh R. Instead, we could give it as R Ganesh and behind it as FA, IAS, CSNA, whatever we provide it. Deputy Chief and Arbiter. We can just provide the name if required. And the country, right now it give it as India and Tamil Nadu. The basic. So location, if I'm just going to conduct in our local native, it's going to be this local name and it's a Coimbatore district. So we need to provide the number of rounds. Consider we need to provide the total number of rounds as 5. But for here, for instance, I'll give it as 3. So today I'll consider like date 1. So today the round is going to be conducted and let's make it as for under 15 category. So this is the age group. Age group, what we call it as a category. So first one is the tournament name. And next one is the time control, which is 20 minutes each. And next is the chief arbiter name and the deputy chief or arbiter name, whatever is required. So federation is India. I have just given it as Tamil Nadu over here. The location where we are going to conduct the tournament and the total number of rounds. Here, for example, I have just given 3. And the date is, I am just supposing it to be, it's today's event. And the age group is the category, which is 2015. So this cutoff date is something where 2009, because for under 15 players, the cutoff date will be 1/1/2009. If the tournament is going to be under 11, it is going to be 2013. So right now we are not going to upload this or give it to the FIDE officer for rating calculation. In case if at all we are doing that, we'll be entering that perfectly. But right now we'll be entering the basic category and the cutoff date. The reason why we are providing this cutoff is, suppose consider you are entering a person or player's name with age supposed to be on 2008. So this cutoff date will make sure it stops the player from entering into the software. So that's the reason we need to provide this cutoff. So right now you consider this as an open category or something like that. So if the age group is 2000 under 15 category, so it should be 2024 current year minus 15, which is 2009. So this is far more important. This 2009 is the one, or else if you are going to enter someone who's from 2005 or 6, the software is not going to give. Suppose consider you have given 2000. So the person who's the player who's in age category of 2001, he will be eligible to play based on this cutoff date. So we can just mark it as a cutoff date as 2009. So now the minimum rating is 1400. So earlier it was 1000. Can give it as 1000 right now. Okay. If there is an increment, how to incorporate in time control? So in case of 20 minutes each, 90M plus 30 seconds. That's it. So 90 minutes plus 30 seconds. It just says what is the time control for this tournament. There's no time control which we can just control over the Swiss manager. It's just we are representing it as it's 20 minutes each event, or 25 minutes or 30 minutes each. So next comes the replays. So no player is going to play the replay. So points for the by player is only 1. So if it is going to be 2, then the player might play twice. So it is going to be, by default, it is going to be 1. And points for the by player is 1. So sorting display, we don't have any national rating. Only United States Chess Federation, other federations have the national rating. So right now we have international rating. So suppose if you are considering someone who's in the international, who got some international FIDE rating, that particular international rating will be considered here. So international rating can be given for sorting purpose only. It's not for pairing purpose. So once it is sorted, suppose consider there is only one rated player, and if his name begins with Z, so he'll be obviously going down. So based on the sorting criteria, once we provide the sorting, this international rating gets into play, and based on the rating performance, based on the actual rating, this sorting will be done, and then it is going to be displayed. So international rating will be selected. So time control here we'll be providing, since it is 20 minutes each, the total time taken for a game will be 40 minutes. So when it is 60 minutes and above, it's going to be standard. If it is less than 60 minutes, it's going to be rapid. So time control, I'll select it as rapid. So if we are going to enter some rating for a particular player, that rating shall be rapid and it's not standard. So suppose consider like if you want some player is giving a rating, but he has only a rating of blitz, we won't be able to enter it, just because like this is a rapid event. But suppose consider he has both standard and rapid, we need to enter the rapid event. He has only the standard, that standard will come to rapid since he is playing this event for the first time. But when the player has a rapid rating, but he is playing in standard, that rating is not applicable. Only the down lower order wise is applicable. If the person has a standard rating and he doesn't has a rapid rating, we can take that standard rating and put it to a rapid rating category. But if a person has a rapid rating, if he's playing in a standard tournament, he doesn't holds any standard or classic rating, this is not applicable. Okay, this is the difference. So this is a rapid tournament. And is this a FIDE rated tournament? No. Is this a national rated? No. So pairings will be according to game points. So game points, there are different types of game points, 1/2, 0, 2, 1, 0. So 3-1-0. 3-1-0 is slightly getting familiar nowadays, because just because the player are offering a draw at the last round, so they are getting only 1 point, so they won't be able to cope up with the top players. So that's why this 3-1-0 is slightly becoming familiar and popular nowadays, because if a player wins, he gets 3 points. If it is a draw, it's 1. So you can't make two draws and catch hold of the other player. So they are just giving more weightage for the wins right now. But the basic default thing is going to be game points 1/2 0. So this is the basic system in the general dialog box. And next comes here comes tie break. So normally the tie break, what we have is book holes, cut one, cut two, and SB. That is what like the basic things during the state arbiter, S and A and FIDE we will be dealing with. And before that, there will be two different tie breaks. The one is the greater number of victories. That is how many wins the opponent have come across, and the total number of points. So this points that can be included, and here the difference is, let me change it. I'll delete everything. So first is the points, and next comes the actual direct encounter. For example, if both players are on the same points, and the first tiebreaker method is if both players have played the direct encounter result, if one have won against each other, then he'll be coming on the top. So that is the direct encounter. Next comes the book holes. So book holes, we have different types. So this is cut one method, the first option. Next, I am taking the next set of book holes, which is the cut one and cut two method. So the top one is gone and the top two is gone. Next comes the Sony one burger, SB method. So SB burger is the basic result what we provide every. Okay, so this is the basic set of input for a tournament. So if you have like a chess results website, we can just go through the Swiss Manager, go to any of the tournaments, download it. There will be an option called Swiss Manager tournament file. Download it, just you can open it. You can see how they are just given input. What is the particular tiebreaker method? So this is the basic thing comes over here. So this is for the final price list. We won't be dealing with this now. So this is the board order, board list. This is not necessary. This is title. Everything like comes only for the rated events what we are going to upload. So for basic pairing method, these two tabs are very important: general and tie breaks. So here, for instance, there is an option called copy tournament data. So copy tournament data is it is not necessary for you to set this every time. So there is a local event which got completed just now. I'm just importing that tournament data of under 11 boys section. Look, everything have been imported. I'm not doing it everything. So it's a Coimbatore zone, North zone, and this is the school which conducted, and this is the under 11 boys category, and the school and ourselves we organized, and it's a 20 minutes each, and the school is the tournament director, and I was the chief arbiter, and there is Lavanya and Gokul Nath who is here, was the arbiters were there, and the confederation is India. I'll select the state, the location. Total number of rounds was 5. It was conducted a couple of days back, 29. Under 11 category, 2013 is the cutoff. There is no rating minimum range, so I just left it since this is not a rating event. The replays, points, international rating, not a FIDE rated, and game points, and it's a rapid event. So the tiebreaker system that will also be imported. So which is greater number of victories, direct encounter, and book holes, just the basic book holes and cut one and the SP method. So everything will be imported by default. Others we don't want to concentrate. We can leave it. So it's every other thing is not necessary. So this is the basic tournament dialog. This is how we set up before entering the players. Fine, all clear? As of now, the basic thing of the tournament. Suppose if you have any doubts.
Sir, please goes to the tie break.
Okay, tiebreaker. So greater number of victories. So out of 5 rounds, if there is 5 points, the greater number of victories is 5. Whoever holds 5 points, they are the winners. Direct encounter is if 2% have got 5 points. That is not possible because if there is 32 players, obviously they both will play against each other during the final round. If there are 33 players, there will be 2 players. Suppose consider there are 5 points, still there won't be a direct encounter. This is for others who is on 4 points. So those 4 points will be selected. Whoever have played against each other, the greater number of victories will be 4. Direct encounter. Suppose consider myself and you have played. If you have won that event, if we both are 4 points, you will be ahead of me because we both had played against each other. We both have 4 points, and you are ahead of me because you have already won me. That's the tiebreaker method for direct encounter. Suppose consider we haven't played against each other. Then the book holes get in. That's all. So the first option here is the points, which is greater number of victories. Next is the direct encounter. Fine, ma'am. So next is book holes, cut 1, cut 2, and SP. So that will be taken care of. Book holes is the total number of points that opponents points that you have played against each other. Suppose that you have played against 5 opponents, you need to total all the 5 opponents points, final points out of 5, and make sure what is the book holes. Fine, ma'am. So this is the basic. So I'm just giving okay. Now directly the software gets you to the player's entry page. So here there are two options for you to enter. So here there are two options for you to enter. One is you can search here based on the FIDE ID. For example, if I'm going to search by a FIDE ID, for example, F46659293. So this is my ID. I'm not a player and nothing shows here. Because I need to import all the list which is there available in the FIDE rating list system, which is uploaded every month end. So this software I haven't uploaded. If I need to do that, I need to like use this option of import rating list. I need to download it from the FIDE website, upload. If I'm just going to do that now, then again, it's going to be like 4 to 5 minutes delay because it needs to download from the FIDE website. It needs to import it. It takes some more time. So right now, let's input manually. So this is the list. We're going to input. Suppose consider Ganesh. That's it. I'm not going to update the field of sex, which is male or female. I'm not going to enter it. We are just going to update the name. I'm not going to enter the first name or last name. It's going to be a general last name. Ganesh Gopulnath Shashmita Prem Kumari ma'am Sadvika, and I'll give 3 more names. Test 1 ABC XYZ. Okay, so there are 8 players. I have entered it, just entered it. Okay, so here I'll just make a small change in the setup tournament, which is total number of rounds is 3. Instead of 5, I'll make it as 3. Okay, so we have just seen the tournament dialog, which will be available on input setup tournament. So this has been recorded, so that's not an issue. So input setup tournament. So for entering players, it is input enter players. We have already these players, 8 players inside. Now, the basic thing is done. The basic thing, tournament setup is done. The basic thing, we have entered the players. If we need to check the actual FIDE rating thing, we need to enter the FIDE website, go through it, and then come back. So that is what we need to do if we need to check the actual rating of a player. Right? So, ma'am, actually, if the meeting goes down, the Zoom link it is free only for 40 minutes. If it goes down, I'll just close it and rejoin it again. You can rejoin with the same link. Okay, fine. So, the
When
basic-
if we had if we had to check pertaining to rating, then we have to import the rating data from the FIDE site, right?
yeah, I think the meeting duration is totally 40. I think timer it shows 30 minutes as of now. Yeah, it shows 30 minutes as of now. Let's see, like before the meeting ends, I think probably it should show me like just a moment, show meeting. It shows 29:16. I think we have still 10 more minutes. Yeah, fine. So before that, we'll just make a small break on it and then let's rejoin it again. Yeah. So because in Google
Still
Meet, I
wanted to
don't have
ask.
a like paid account so that it's not, it don't allow us to record there. So the basic
Yeah.
input setup tournament is done and the players have been entered. Simple. Now it's the option
No,
to
if we have to
start the
verify
pairing.
the FIDE ID, excuse
Yes,
me,
ma'am.
if we have to verify the FIDE ID,
Yeah,
then
for
we have
FIDE
to import all the
players,
data.
yeah, we need to import it. So this importing should be done. Import rating list. You need to import this rating list. You need to import the FIDE rating list. And we need to import this from FIDE website. So ratings.fidei.com download, we need to start import it, download it, and then we can check it here.
Where do we need to check?
Yeah, we can check it here. Here, while entering the players, I haven't downloaded
Okay.
it. While entering the players, here, we could just give the FIDE ID over here and enter it.
Manual, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
Hmm.
So since I
Name or code,
wanted
right?
to give you some basic idea of the Swiss manager, I haven't gone to that stage. We'll go to that phase in the later upcoming classes actually. And also to import the data, instead of typing, if there are 200 players, we can't type those 200 players. How we can import those data from the Excel sheet. We'll also do that. Yeah, sure. So we have entered it. Now it's time to pair. So computer pairings. So here there are more options. Whether the Java have been installed on our local system, the pairing is done with the local system. If there is no Java installed, this results will be given to chessresults.com. They'll upload it and they'll just provide it back to us. That's the second option. Here, just simple. Fidei.com, you could just start. But the more important thing is before giving on to pairing, this is the very important thing. Click on to input and press resort starting rank list. Resort starting rank list. I'll just tell you why. This is the list of starting rank. So have it been properly arranged here? So my input was different. Yeah. So here the input is actually sorted based on the alphabet wise. So if I am going to make any changes over here, for example, input update players. So one player is coming and telling me, okay, this is not my name. My name is something different. For example, say it is going to be Akshay. We have updated it. Okay, the date is updated. Now I am list starting rank. So look, the starting rank list, it automatically gets updated. But suppose if we are doing this in our pairing mechanism or any other software, this sorting won't happen. So whenever the changes happens, the software does this sorting automatically. And if this sorting doesn't happens, you need to click on to input and press resort starting rank list. So then
So it
we can
is
go for
invariably we have to press that, right? We have to click
Yeah.
on it, right?
Yeah, since this is the first round, the software automatically sorts it. So we won't be,
Okay.
it's not necessary. But during the second round, I'll tell you why. So let's do the pairing. Let's start it. So it says pairing's done. That's it. Okay. So the pairing is done. Now you
Sir,
need to
you
save that pairing is
sir, you no need of selecting the colors,
no
black or
ma'am,
white.
it says random. Okay, the pairing it already said, see, it has already given us random. We won't be giving first player as white or black. The pairing software automatically decides whether to give the first player white or black. We don't want to select it.
We always select random
It was
only.
random. Yes, ma'am. I'll just show that once again. So I'm
Okay.
just clicking on to, I'll just go to this pairing option and I'll tell you how it happens. So the pairing option. So what happens is the basic initial standings list. So based on this standing list, okay, I just close it. It's not working. I'll just go to the starting rank. Okay. So based on this starting rank, this A, B, C, so everything is ordered alphabetically, and out of 8, it is divided into half. So now A, B, C have been given as white, and Akshay is black, Ganesh is white, Gokulnath is black. So the next player out of 5 goes automatically to the top board as black, and Satvika as white, Sashmita as black, XYZ. This is how the pairing is done. So the 1, 2, 3, 4 have been split, and 5, 6, 7, 8 is at the bottom. The first seed have been given as white, Akshay as black, Ganesh as white, Goknath as black. It has been differentiated, and Kumari ma'am have gone to the first board as black, Satvika as white, Sashmita as black, and XYZ as white. Fine. So if any of the players comes and asks what it is, we could explain like this. Or else we could just wait and just click on to print, and the printing happens. So now it is connected to the PDF, so it is going directly to the printing. So if it is not, You'll go for the print menu. It has the print preview, how it comes. So this is how the zone organizers, how you just print it and that's it. You just print it and display it, and we need 2 copies. One copy is to display on the notice board, other copy is to write the results for the RP. So this is the basic pairing. And from this pairing, we need the results. So either we can input enter results, that is one option, or we have an 1-0 mechanism, an icon over here, can just click. So suppose here, so Premkumari ma'am one here, Shatrika one here, Shashmita ma'am one here, Gopinath one here. So the pairing is done and the results have been done. So we need to check with the sheet whether it's going to be 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1 after entering it. So this 0, 1, you can, it's visible on the right, or else the shortcut is 1, 2, and 3. For 1, it is white wins. For 2, it's a draw. For 3, it is black wins. The shortcut is directly available. So for example, I am clearing it. Now I am pressing 1. So now I am pressing 3. Now I am pressing 2. Can you see the difference? 1, 2, 3. Can everyone see the difference? So 1 is white wins, 2 is draw, 3 is black wins. Fine. So the pairing is done. I am ending it. Now suppose if someone comes and says, my name is changed. This is not my name. My name is actually Bhaskar. So there'll be changes somewhere like only the spelling or corrections. It's not something like this, just with the spelling or corrections. We could go input, enter, update data. That's it. You could go and update it, save it. Now when you click onto the list and starting rank, so here it shows Bhaskar. It doesn't automatically resorts it since this is not the first round. The first round been already paired and this is not the first round. But when you go and look onto the list pairings, the name is updated there. But if you go there to list starting rank, that's not update. So now it's not good to click onto a pairing and computer pairing, and also there is a warning displayed, players list not sorted. We shouldn't like click on to start as such. We need to click onto this input, resort starting rank list. Yes. Now you go for the list starting rank. Now it is Bhaskar has been moved to the third. So whenever there is a changes in the name, even if you change a single letter, that might go up or down. For example, Dakshin, we might have written DAK. The player comes in the third round and says, sir, it is DHAK. And there will be a person called Deepak. Earlier it was above Deepak, and now since it is the second letter is H, he needs to come below DH. So we shouldn't forget this D because even the pairing gets changed because of this alphabetical order. Fine. So now it's 38 minutes. So before going to the next part, it takes around 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll stop sharing. I'll just stop the meeting. You can rejoin after 2 minutes. Fine, because it's 38 minutes right now. Okay. Stop sharing and stop recording.